Look, a ladder. Actually, it's technically a ladder. I know, I just said it. Oh, you're right. My bad. Hello and welcome back to Turnabout Substitution, the pyrite fan case that's made in the likeness of Apollo Justice. Been a little while since I've done this, obviously. For a short recap, basically the judge is thought to have shot Robert Erlenmeyer, which we don't have a thing we can look at yet. Go to the court records here. We do not have him as a profile, but here's a judge. And we just went to the asylum here to look at some evidence. The previous episode will be linked. I recommend you watch that to get caught up on this. And as far as a short summary goes, that would do it. Let's continue on, shall we? Let's talk to Mike Meekins. I'm a lost little prison guard, like a lost little lamb, sir. You already lost me. You and me both. I was only doing what I was trained to do, sir. Which is... My mission is simple yet formidable. Anyone who wants to visit a cell has to go through me. Through! Most people don't do it because it's forbidden, sir, and so it means they're not allowed to do it. So basically they get paid for daydreaming. But yesterday, sir, something incredible happened. I saw a suspicious person, sir! A suspicious person! An awe-inspiring creature with August candy floss-like beard and stately lollipop-like head. What the hell? That would be Chambers. And why did you let him through? Believe it or not, sir, all prison guards are required to wear a uniform. So that we don't confuse them with surgeons or squirrels. A uniform like this. We all wear it without exception, sir. Yeah. Then why aren't you wearing one? Ah! It's a long story. Let's not go there, Apollo. So, what about this distinguished outfit? And believe it or not, sir, I don't believe it. Mr. Defendant, the Chambers, yes, he was wearing one. Wearing. What? We are off to a great start. And that is why, sir, I had no choice but to obey his orders. Imperturbable, I glided through the corridors with fearless poise and a map. A mere 10 minutes later, my mission was completed, sir. Though I didn't witness the exact moment of the crime, I can certify that Mr. Chambers was in Erlenmeyer's cell when it happened. Sir. Truth 1, justice 0. Damn you, truth. Is there anything else you'd like to add? Well, actually, sir, if you had to label me as having something significant to say or not having anything to say in particular, then I'd say I lean heavily on the having something significant to say side. Anything you say is... You add a lot to your words. What? I have a bad feeling about this. Sir, now I remember, sir. There's another reason why I thought Mr. Chambers was a senior officer, sir. A senior officer, sir? After all, there's no mistaking a gun when you see one, sir. What? I don't believe it. Chambers, he brought the murder weapon with him. This can only mean... No. Wait a minute. You mean you let him through because he was carrying a gun? Exactly, sir. That's exactly it. Nothing could be more exact, sir. Nothing. I apologize if that actually hurt your ears. This guy should really donate his brain to science. Thank you, Mr. Meekins. You've been more than helpful. No, sir, you should be the one thanking me. But that's what I just... Oh, never mind. In any case, this makes our client look very bad, Apollo. Mike Meekins takes the witness stand tomorrow, and the prosecution will be able to prove the murder was premeditated. Well, let's hope Judge doesn't turn out to be dictatorial, duck-billed diplodocus. Gross. I didn't like saying that at all. So, now that we've talked to Mike Meekins, let's go talk to the judge. I have a lot to say about this, but considering what this is, I'm not going to say anything. Wait, no, what? Hey! I guess we have to move here in order to move there. Yeah. Oh, but this criminal affairs department. We'll go to the detention center first. There's our guy. Ree! What a lovely surprise! If I give this guy a voice, I'm not gonna remember it. Edgy Bear! What the heck? Oh, nice of you to come visit me. How are you doing? There we go, we'll do that. This is no holiday weekend, Edgio. We're not here to play bridge. Look at you. You're behind bars, behind a glass wall, at least. I couldn't care less about myself. We'll get you out of there, Judge. I promise. Oh, that's so sweet of you, but don't worry about me. I'll be fine. If that's true, then why does he look as though he's about to burst into tears? You, Judge? Ah, Mr. Justice. You're probably wondering what all this meant. Yeah, Ree is a friend of mine. We met at the trial. I had severe back pains at the time, and she was kind enough to give me a ride home every evening. I feel like before I didn't give him this kind of voice. I am so glad you two have met. Ah, this reminds me of my youth. Sadly, we don't have the time to talk about the good old days. Yes, you're probably right. However, we do have some questions regarding the incident. Go ahead, ask me anything. It's an AMA with the Judge from Apollo Justice. Phoenix Wright more specifically, but let's talk to him. The man you were talking to a moment ago, his name is Paul Strings. He's the new Chief Justice. Very powerful man. Ew, what does the Constitution say about his power level? Don't do it. It doesn't say much, I'm afraid. Oh. What, 9,000? Wait, I thought you'd say, you see, or, never mind. Anyway, how is he related to you? Well, we're not exactly friends, but we have a strong professional relationship. The Burgundian scandal highlighted the need for sound and transparent jurisdictions. Chief Strings represents a new generation of jurists more concerned with ethics than politics. He's competent, trustworthy, and yes, I guess you could say that I respect his work. I see, so what were you two talking about? You didn't answer my question. My bracelet, it's reacting. Anyway, that reminds me. He said he wants to work with you in his office. The Chief Justice's office, huh? Could this be related to our case? Yeah, so basically Apollo has this bracelet that, if you haven't played Apollo Justice Ace Attorney, go play it. It's great. It lets him sense when people are not necessarily telling like a lie, but if someone has a tell, so to speak, like if they scratch their nose when they say something that's not exactly right, or if they look to the right or the left, or they twitch something, it lets them know something's up. Before we were interrupted, I believe I was asking you why you had to visit Erlenmeyer yesterday. This is all about Artie, isn't it? Artie? Arthur Chambers, Judge's younger brother. Wait, you don't mean he wasn't, was he? Yes, Arthur Chambers was one of Erlenmeyer's victims. What? This may not be the best place to talk about it. I'm sorry, I didn't know. That's alright. You are investigating a murder after all. You have a right to know. It was Christmas Eve. I received a letter from Erlenmeyer. He promised he would explain everything to me if I came to visit him. How my brother had died, why on earth he committed such a monstrous crime. I really wanted to know, even if it meant breaking the law. So his brother too was killed by Erlenmeyer. I can see why he would sympathize with Maria. Wait a minute, this means he has a clear motive. Prosecution isn't going to let such an opportunity pass by. You probably shouldn't mention the letter at the trial tomorrow. Welp. When investigating the crime scene, we found plenty of evidence incriminating you. Not only did you bring the murder weapon with you, but you also went as far as to disguise yourself to fool the prison guards. So let me put it straight. You didn't do it, did you? I mean, there must be an explanation for all this, right? Right? The gun, the uniform, they were not my idea. I received them in a package along with a letter. They were part of Erlenmeyer's conditions. The person who sent them to you was none other than the victim himself. It appears so. Let's review what we know. First, you were told to meet Robert Erlenmeyer armed with a gun. Then, once in his cell, you suddenly lost consciousness. You finally came to, you were being arrested on charges of murder. Now, if you are telling the truth, there is only one conclusion to be drawn from all this. Mr. Chambers, you were framed. And the one who framed you was the one who wrote the letter. Ah! Robert Erlenmeyer! No. Unless it was an elaborate suicide, Erlenmeyer is the only one who couldn't have done it. But, if you check the handwriting, Apollo, are you out of your mind? If you present this letter, Judge might be found innocent on charges of murder, but he will then be forced to admit that he purposely broke the law. You can't have that happen, Apollo. But it's the only evidence. You're not going to submit this evidence to the court. But why? Because it doesn't exist anymore. I was told to burn the letter as soon as I had to read it. I read it. Oh, that's too bad. Of course they told him to burn it. Really, Apollo. Anyone with half a brain could have figured that out. Well, theoretical letter added to the court record. Thank you, Judge. Thank you for telling the truth. Except for that. Well, see you at tomorrow's trial then. Wow. So he did break the law, and he broke in there when he shouldn't have. He shouldn't have been wearing this. And he did go meet Erlenmeyer just to figure out what happened to his brother. At the Chambers, Judge's younger brother was also a judge and was killed by Robert Erlenmeyer himself. Paul Strings, the new Chief Justice. What part does he play in this drama? I'd say let's go find out, but that's going to take a little while. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed me jumping back into this, and I would comment more on things that happen, but since this is so text-heavy, it might just be me reading it. Whatever. I'm sure it'll work out. So I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I will see you guys later. So, until next time.